What's up, everybody? It's your boy Pro Shocker, the Dynasty Dog here with our LPL draft analysis. Just like I did for NBA, I'm going to go ahead and just quickly talk about the team and kind of go over what I thought when grabbing this, and then kind of get caught up on the weeks that go up ahead. Go up ahead right there. We're up to now week 5, as you can actually see. We're about halfway through the season. And also, I'm okay doing my draft analysis with having my week 5 up here because I take on Orlantis, aka Lottie God, today, actually, as the video is getting recorded on the 22nd, which is on Monday. I'm actually facing him today, so I'm okay doing the draft analysis over this. So even if he watches back, then he'll know what kind of stuff I was predicting. So yeah, but we're here. We're back for LPL. I was kind of hesitant about being back for LPL just because we had just a super rough season last time, which had a lot of stall. You're gonna have to excuse me as well. I kind of somewhat was up, but at the same time, I had wake up several times today and this morning, so I'm kind of properly waking up right now. That's why my voice sounds a little groggy too. But yeah, we had the 14th or 15th pick out of 16 coaches, so yeah, we're now looking really good. But I think we walked away with a pretty good enough team. It's pretty solid in my opinion. Definitely some very big holes that I've noticed that we have, but I think overall we can make it work. So yeah, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. So like I said, I had 14th or 15th pick overall, which basically meant I had a bottom wheel pick essentially. So I had to really think of what I wanted. Most of everything I wanted kind of was gone. I was thinking of wanting Mars Shadow, and everything like that. Marshall was the one that I think could have maybe lasted to me, but unfortunately did not. Palkia, not Palkia. Palkia Origin Form actually was the one I really actually wanted to pick up again because I had so much fun with it last season. It was one of my kill leaders. If not, it was in like the top 5, top 10 for kill leader throughout the entire season. But literally, the pick right before me, someone grabbed Palkia Origin, and I was so heartbroken. I was so heartbroken right there. So I was looking on the board and found out that somehow Lunala was still on the board, and I've seen people talk so much praise about Lunala, how it's like one of the best Ubers ever. I've seen some good buddies of mine use Lunala, and they use Lunala relatively well. So I figured, you know what? Let's give Lunala a shot. Let's see how well we can make this Pokemon work and how well we can use it. So I decided, you know what? Let's go for it. So I go with Crescent here. My Lunala name it Crescent because of the Crescent Moon. I would have named it Blood Moon. Actually, Blood Moon actually probably fits better. Well, Crescent, I just felt like it was another because it technically has crescents for its wings, for its moon. So I think that actually fits. It doesn't matter. Moon reference is a moon reference. So, but Lunala is pretty good, mon. You know, base 97 speed tier, which is not too bad. Really decent enough bulk. Shadow Shield is pretty good. Weak physical defense is not that great. Decent enough physical attack to actually run physical stats decently. Really good bulk and HP. Really offensive bond. Really great move coverage. Access to things like Moonblast to check the dark types that it kind of faces. Ice Beam, Psychic, Ghost. Excuse me. Access to Meteor Beam and Trick Room is also really good as well for this Pokemon. I just felt like Lunala just was a really good first overall mon, and I'm actually kind of just surprised it lasted as long as it did for us. So, yeah, very excited for this though. Very excited for this mon. And to pair it with, I felt this would be one of the best defensive but yet offensive pairings for Lunala, and I just felt like it was just a home run pick right here. And that was Magearna, aka Silver Bell here. Magearna, I have loved to death every time, guys. I love Magearna so much. It's one of my favorite Ubers to use. I still remember back in the day, I used to be a part of this league, and Magearna literally got 6 kills in one game with Trick Room. Trick Room Calm Mind offense, I think it was, or just Trick Room 3 attacks. It was such a great Pokemon, man. Magearna is so fun. Excuse me. Regular is just so fun to use in terms of what it can do. I haven't had the chance to really. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. We're 5 weeks in, and I think I'm finally really bringing it. I could have had it, but there was something that happened in 1 week, so I'll talk about that when it happens. But We're finally going to start using it. We actually have been using it all really throughout the season, just because I just feel like the matchups were good for it. But still, Magearna is going to be one of those Pokemon I think is going to be slept on if people don't prepare for it. So, feeling really good about that. So going on to my next kind of pseudo wheel, I started out with getting one of the Arceus forms, and this is probably not the best Arceus form I could have gotten, but I went with one because I really need fairy. Wanted to kind of get very good fairy resist, kind of help check in grass types and stuff like that for some future mons and stuff like that. So we got Fuego here, the Arceus Fire. Arceus is just a good Pokemon. Arceus Bug treated me really well last season. It could have done a lot more for us too if we got crits. Or if we were a different set, probably. But I just felt like Arceus was just a good Pokemon last season for us, and I'm hoping for the same success, but this time with Arceus Fire. Just kind of like Magearna, though, we haven't actually been really bringing it all that much, just because it doesn't have like the best matchups. But I'm hoping to have some good success with Arceus Fire and hoping for something different. And surprisingly enough, that was left in round 4. I actually kind of surprised Palkia was still on the board. Like Palkia is one of the, I think one of the top tier Uber threats in the format. From watching my good boy OG Albino, who won BBL season, whatever it was, last season with this, it was an absolute threat. And this one has been proven to be a good threat in LPL. Actually, I think it's in the top 10 for kill leader, if not at least the top 15 again. It's just any type of Palkia I know how to use really well, and Palkia is just so strong, man. Base 100 speed tier is really nice. This is another good fast mon. Palkia just hits incredibly hard. It's just a very versatile moveset pull with a mon, and plus they have the option to go physical with things like bulk up and stuff like that. It's so nice. I really think Palkia is an amazing Pokemon, and I'm hoping to. Oh, I'm hoping to have some fun with Palkia again this season, but with regular form. With my next wheel, I decided to go with Weavile. I feel like Weavile was a really good pick here because I already got some good access to fighting type checks later down the line with having Lunala and then actually another Pokemon later on. But I feel like Weavile was really good because it pressured those ghost types that I really didn't kind of check all that well too much, which is really nice. And I kind of just really need a really good physically good offensive Pokemon since I haven't had much physical offense. But Weavile I haven't used in such a long time as well, so I think Weavile was just a really good fit. I think it was one of the dark types that in Ubers is definitely one of the good guards to grab just because of how hard it hits. And plus, priority checking a lot of dragons and stuff like that in the Uber tier is also really good. So just overall, I really liked Weavile for this team, and I think Weavile is going to fit really well in this team, and hoping to have some fun with it again. Following that up, I actually went with Steiner. The reason I went with Steiner, aka my Buzzwole here, Buzzwole was paired off with Lunala is one of the best pairings for it, personally speaking, because of my friend Odiabano just says it is, because it kind of does work. But I also haven't used Buzzwole in so long, and I've been actually kind of intrigued to want to use Buzzwole after watching Vepsis, and I want to use them. So I was like, I want to try Veps. I want to try Buzzwole again. Buzzwole gives me a decent enough speed tier, but it gives me a really good physically defensive wall, and also a really good physically offensive Pokemon. It also can take special hits to defend decently well. It can take at least one like quad effective move, but just barely if built correctly for it. But just Steiner is going to be really good for this team. I think offensively he's going to be good. I actually used it in one of my recent games lately, and if it wasn't for the fact that if I made the one play, it actually would have gotten a lot more kills and could have done a lot more work. But it's already doing decent enough as it is right now, and I'm having some fun with it. So really excited for that. Going to my next one, I decided to cap out at 10. You can cap out between 9 and 11. I think you can also keep around 12 possibly. But I think it's just 9 11. But next pick, I went with, I needed a grass type. I really needed to ground switch in besides Buzzwole, since Buzzwole can get countered by some decent grounds because they have decent coverage. I went with Shaman. It's been a long time since I've used Shaman. Shaman's really just a bulky grass type with good niche utility. I think Healing Wish was one of the main reasons I drafted it. Leech Seed support, which is really nice. And just overall, I felt like Shaman just provided so much for the team that Shaman could really do some work here. I was debating on getting Shaman Sky possibly, but Shaman Sky was I don't know. I felt like already had some quad weaknesses that were already kind of stacking, so I didn't really want to keep stacking anybody more that I needed to per se. So excuse me, guys. Sorry and stuff like that, man. It's just very different, and I'm really excited to have Shaman again. Shaman's a fun mon, and hopefully he does well for us this season. Now, with my seventh pick, I was kind of surprised this. With my eighth pick, I should say, I was a little surprised that this was still on the board. I grabbed Megalopony. Megalopony, yes, does give me a secondary fighting type, which means that my team is a little bit more flying weak and a little more fairy weak. But I think it patched up some of the holes right there as well. But I think what Megalopony provides is again another really fast speed tier for the team, another really good physical breaker for this team. Also gives me a ghost switch in, gives me a ghost check, gives me just overall a mon that can really pressure ghost types. Just for the fact that if you want to burn me, that's fine. I'll run Facade, and then boom, knock your whole team out with Facade Lopunny. Lopunny just offers so much great offensive utility, which is really nice. If we were running it, change power up last resort or power fake out last resort, whatever you want to go with. This manga is going to put in just absolute work for the team, and I am really looking for it. It's been a long time since I've used Megalopunny as well, so I'm having to have some good fun with Megalopunny this season. Also, I named it after Hinata because Hinata waifu and Naruto. And I used to name it Sakura because of pink, but Hinata fits better on this than the other. And with my last two picks, I started off with Raikou. I really needed electric type, and I was actually surprised Raikou still was on the board. Raikou provides really good fast electric for my team in terms of what I want, and it gives me a decent enough mon with some decent bulk, good offense, good coverage as well. Skull now on this, pressuring ground types. So overall, I feel like Raikou just fit what I wanted for on this team, and I'm really excited to see how Raikou is. It's been a while since I've used Raikou. And Raikou I'm kind of decent with, so figured let's give Raikou more go arounds with, just because if it's not going to be in the next games, I want to still have some fun with it. And with my last pick, I went with Area 51, aka Heligo here. This was mostly a pickup for kind of some hazards, but also I really needed to get out of poison. I also needed something to check fairies from the special defensive side. Just overall, again, another speed tier, which is really nice. Really good special defensive Pokemon for this team within Ultra Beast. And also just a really good breaker as well. Meteor Beam sets are very good. And just overall gave me a Pokemon that I can kind of just reliably check fairies with and just go offensive with as well. It's also good utility by setting up the hazards and stuff like that if need to be as a utility Pokemon and also just chipping things down. So that's the draft, guys. I felt pretty good. There's definitely a lot of things lacking on this draft that I might have to think about potentially changing. That's definitely making sure I have a ground type because certain electric types actually kind of messed me up in some way. But yeah. But so overall, though, I'm feeling pretty good about this team. We've actually, I think, have gone now 2-2 with the league right now. Possibly, I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure we're 2-2 with this team, and it's definitely putting in some work. So, yeah. But with that being said, thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys when we get started rolling with the weeks. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.